What if I told you the world's first AI boom didn't happen in the 2020s? It happened in the 1980s. And no, it wasn't powered by GPUs or the cloud. It was powered by a computer system so ahead of its time, it ran a graphical interface when the rest of the world was still stuck in command lines. This is the story of Lisp Machines, a forgotten class of computers designed to usher in the age of artificial intelligence. They were fast, powerful, and cost as much as a house. But within a few years, they completely vanished. Let's dive into one of the most fascinating rises and falls in tech history. Our journey begins at MIT's Artificial Intelligence Lab in the late 1950s. Back then, the dream of creating intelligent machines was just beginning. One of the key figures of this dream was John McCarthy, the father of Lisp, a programming language unlike anything the world had seen. Lisp wasn't just a tool, it was a mindset. It was built around symbolic logic, recursion, and dynamic list structures, making it perfect for AI research. While other languages focused on performance or structure, Lisp focused on flexibility and intelligence. Researchers at MIT began building software that mimicked human thought, language understanding, learning algorithms, and even primitive neural networks. But there was one problem. Conventional hardware was too slow and inefficient for this kind of software, so they decided to create hardware that matched their vision. Enter the Lisp Machines. These were custom-built workstations designed to run Lisp code natively. Think about that. Machines where even the operating system was written in Lispy. No layers, no translations, just raw, optimized performance. The first Lisp machines were built in-house at MIT. Then two spin-off companies were formed by former lab members, Symbolics and Lisp Machines Inc., LMI. Their machines were revolutionary. High-resolution bitmap displays, mice, and graphical interfaces before Apple popularized them, powerful debugging environments, object-oriented memory systems. These weren't computers for playing games or spreadsheets. These were machines built for pure artificial intelligence. But they came at a price, over $100,000 per machine, more than $285,000 in today's money. In the early 1980s, the world was gripped by AI fever. Governments and corporations started pouring millions into artificial intelligence research. Lisp machines became the go-to hardware for AI startups, defense contractors, and universities. Symbolics even predicted that half of all future computers would be Lisp-based. Magazines dubbed them superbrains. Investors couldn't get enough. These machines were expected to think, reason, and solve complex problems that no human could. Symbolics and LMI were on top of the world. They had cutting-edge tech, elite teams, and enormous funding. It felt like nothing could go wrong. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. First, the companies became rivals. Symbolics and LMI, born from the same lab, entered a bitter corporate war. Lawsuits, poisoned reputations. Even MIT was forced to take sides. Second, they were expensive, hugely expensive, and maintaining them required a team of trained engineers. For many institutions, it just wasn't sustainable. Then came Moore's Law, the idea that general-purpose chips were getting faster and cheaper every year. By the mid-80s, Unix workstations from Sun Microsystems and Silicon Graphics started to catch up in performance, at a fraction of the cost. Even worse, general-purpose programming languages like C and later Python began eating into Lisp's dominance. By 1987, the writing was on the wall. Symbolics, once a market darling, was bleeding cash. Customers switched to cheaper Unix machines. Developers began writing portable code. The AI winter had set in. Funding dried up, expectations collapsed, and people began to lose faith in the promises of artificial intelligence. In 1993, Symbolics filed for bankruptcy. The Lisp machine, once the golden child of AI, was officially dead. What was once seen as the future of computing had become a historical footnote. But here's the twist. Lisp and its machines didn't disappear completely. If you've ever used Emacs, you've touched Lisp's legacy. Emacs is a Lisp machine in disguise, and its extensibility philosophy came directly from those early MIT designs. Garbage collection, repill environments, dynamic typing. These ideas, once radical, are now standard in many modern languages and systems. Even today's AI companies mirror Lisp machine culture. NVIDIA, for instance, makes the shovels in today's AI gold rush, just like Symbolics did in the 80s. And Lisp? It's still alive. It powers academic research, some finance systems, and even AI tools in niche fields. We are now in another AI boom. Billions are being invested. Custom chips, machine learning, and startups with huge valuations. The Lisp machine era reminds us of three important lessons. Hype is not enough. Technology must deliver real-world value and adaptability. Vertical integration is risky. Being good at everything, hardware, OS, software, sounds powerful, but it's often unsustainable. Innovation doesn't die, it evolves. Lisp Machines didn't win the market, but they shaped the tools and thinking we still use today. As we build the future of AI, these lessons are more relevant than ever. Lisp Machines were brilliant, elegant, and tragically misunderstood. Their story is a cautionary tale and a tribute to visionary engineering. So the next time you hear about the latest AI breakthrough, remember, we've been here before, and the ghosts of Lisp Machines are watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. What do you think? Was the Lisp machine a failed dream or a blueprint for today's AI world?